This is VSiN, the sports betting network.
Follow the money.
That's what I always say. You always follow the money.
Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Paulie Howard on VSiN.
Here we go. It is Follow the Money on VSiN, the sports betting network. We are live in downtown Las Vegas from the Circa Resort and Casino. Mitch Moss along with Paulie Howard here on a busy Monday. Action-packed 3-hour program coming up in 30 minutes. Nick Whalen on the program looking at Monday Night Football player props with a doubleheader. Warren Sharp, 90 minutes. Same with him. Adam Hill, who covers the Raiders out here in Las Vegas. He is going to be at the Chargers-Raiders game tonight. We'll talk about that game with him. Coming up at the back end of the program, we have the good, the bad, and the ugly. We have, I don't want to overreact, but we have Week 3 numbers to go over, in-pocket plays before we're all said and done as well. We were going to start, Paulie, with some of yesterday's action. And, you know, you wait all off-season for this sport to come back, this crazy NFL that we're all addicted to. And it was absolutely on fire yesterday for a lot of it. But the injuries, man, already in Week 2. Here you go, like every single year. And it won't stop. You all know about the Burrow stuff already. Going to miss like 3 months. But on top of that now, not looking good for Fields in the concussion protocol. He could miss the upcoming game for the Jets. That was ugly yesterday. J.J. McCarthy, after all this,
your buddy,
now going to miss 2 to 4 games.
Wentz
2
time.
to 4 weeks here.
Yep.
And we're going to get Carson Wentz, and they have that upcoming trip to Europe where they play back-to-back games. Okie dokie.
First time in history. He'll start a game for a different team 6 years in a row. Oh, incredible. Who's going to break that record? And it could be Wentz for next 3 games. Can't do any worse, though. Couldn't do a damn thing yesterday on offense.
The offense has been bad now for 7 out of 8 quarters.
Yeah.
You know, and I really got to thinking, they really had to see something with McCarthy in the offseason. And look, it doesn't take much to say Daniel Jones is our backup, but we're good. Like, McCarthy to look better than Danny Dimes, probably not the craziest thing of all time, but look at what the Colts are getting out of Danny Dimes so far.
Yeah.
And then they also, I'm convinced of this, they saw him in the OTAs, and a couple of days later, Aaron Rodgers signed with the Steelers. Like, they were waiting. If McCarthy wasn't going to look good, Rodgers was going to be the guy. Convinced of that. And looked good enough, and they're like, yeah, no, we got our guy. We're good to go. And it was ugly. It was vile. It was nasty. And now they got to go to Carson Wentz.
Mm-hmm. You could have played him in the preseason a lot, too, which they decided not to do, to get some reps and get his feet wet. But they didn't do that either. Also, Mike Florio bringing up the point, Rodgers could have waited and picked his spot. But I think he's in a decent situation. The Steelers just have to find a way defensively to get it done. But the Bengals are also lucky. I don't know how this guy is a backup. It doesn't make any sense to me. I said it all last year, 2 years ago. They had a winning record when Burrow was out a couple of years ago. This guy's a good quarterback.
Well, 3 INTs, though, yesterday.
Yeah, still won the game, though. But, that's going to happen. But they went 4-3 with him a couple of years ago. He had the one stinker in Pittsburgh, or else they would have made the playoffs. And they went 9-8 that year. So the fact that this guy isn't making a lot of money being a starter last year was a great job by the Bengals. And now he'll try to salvage and save their season with Burrow out 3 months.
How about that? A Week 2 matchup. We get Jake Browning versus J.J. McCarthy's backup in Carson Wentz.
How about that? I know.
Isn't that something else?
Right. And now the Raiders are in a great spot. You know, big game, home. It's going to finally be a home game because you don't see a lot of Charger fans. So they win this, they move to 2-0, and then they might get Mariota Sunday with Daniels likely out. So this is coming down fast and furious, and there's a spot where the Raiders could be 3-0 here when we come in a week from today.
Yeah, well, tonight's game is definitely tough. But you're right. How about that now? Jane Daniels, the news comes out today, knee sprain. And so his status for the game on Sunday, Paulie, completely up in the air. And I get it. Like, he never looked that bad in the NFL until Thursday night when the Packers did that to him. But that's a huge drop-off. And the guy I thought should have been an MVP candidate last year and was a runaway winner for Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
High expectations again.
Because of the injuries, we have a 6-point move in the Viking game, 47.5 down to 41. Because of the uncertainty with Daniels, there's a movement on that total, and that's come down 47.5 down to 44.5. And then, but the Fields thing doesn't do much. But the look ahead was Tampa 4.5, and then the Jets laid that egg. And Glenn said if Fields doesn't practice midweek, he's not going to play him. So I would expect it to be, this is me talking, I would expect Taylor to get the start for the Jets Sunday in Tampa.
And this is a reason why planning for like survivor contests can be a good thing, but it can also go out the window, and you can like reshape your plan as the season progresses. Big time. Because again, alt win totals are a thing. They come in every year at almost a 70% clip or higher, meaning a team is like not even close to their Vegas and other spots closing win total on the year. Like, for example, if a team closes 7.5, they go under by a game and a half or over on a game and a half or more, 70% or more going back at least the last 5-6 years. And that's why this stuff becomes so addictive. And now trying to plan ahead again, like, okay, now how many of these teams do I actually want to fade on a weekly basis if I can do it? Right? And
Sure.
a team that you thought of maybe being on before the season started, now you want to be against them, or vice versa.
Yep. The one good news is it appears Purdy's going to be back. I think that's in play. Also, Mac Jones looked good, so now the 49ers are favored at home week 3.
Yeah,
But,
I would say this. Based on their schedule alone, I absolutely have my questions about the 49ers defense. I think the offense, if Purdy were to miss, because again, some of those reports were like 2 to 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Right? Let's say that it was worst case scenario. I think the offense would be okay. Like on a game-by-game basis. Like, is the defense good enough to win games and help them? Like, if the offense gives them 21 or more every game, like, is that going to be enough? I would hope, but I don't know if the defense is actually that good or not. And yesterday, the Saints had the ball with a 3rd and 1 at their own 42 with plenty of time left, down by 5. And they eventually turned it over, and that was the ball game. But Saints on paper, one of the worst teams, and I think Mac Jones overall with that offense, with Kyle Shanahan, I'm okay with that. I know that you're super high on Browning, like you talked about, and I get it. I just think with their defense being as bad as it is and their schedule, that's going to be tough.
They can get to 9-8, but also look around because they're 2-0. I think plus 185 is a good bet to make the playoffs because look at what's going on around the conference. You know, Kansas City loses again. Pittsburgh has issues. Denver lost again, blew that game. How many teams are going to make it out of the South? It's a huge game tonight for the Texans. I mean, I think there's a scenario where 9-8 can do it, and the back end of that schedule is easy, and maybe Burrow's back by that point too. Yeah. So I just think that he can hold it down. He's got the weapons. He put up big numbers. He's done it before, and I think Golden will do a better job with that defense too.
I'll give you a couple of teams to look at on the outside here. As of right now, I think the Chiefs are going to miss the playoffs this year. I said that last week on Monday, and I said I want to duck because people were going to think it's completely crazy. But I think that they're a good candidate to miss the playoffs. Now, I would not bet that, I don't think, until probably after next week because they get the Giants coming up on Sunday night, although that's a losable game. With the Patriots' schedule, I'm not going to overreact here to one game yesterday because the Dolphins easily could have won that game if Achane stays in bounds. But with that schedule, are they going to win enough games to be in the mix? Like, to your point, how many teams are going to be in that 9-8 territory? And that might be good enough for a lot of these teams to get in the AFC. Because I think that clearly the Bills are going to run away with that division. And you asked the question, how many teams are going to get in from the South? The Colts so far, so good.
Yeah.
Texas, I think, overall are obviously a pretty good football team, great defense. Don't know about that offensive line. We'll see it again tonight in action against Tampa Bay. And Jacksonville kind of pissed that game away yesterday. I don't know if they're a playoff team, but they might win in that 8-9 range to actually be in the mix at the end. You know what I'm saying?
That was a bad loss. Browning comes in trailing, and he throws 3 picks, and they still won the game.
Yeah.
Terrible.
4th and 5, you go. By the way, after
What'd you think?
I didn't hate it because the game's over if they get it.
Yeah.
You know, and
I could also see go up 6 and make the backup quarterback who's struggling go the length of the field and beat you, and then maybe you still have time. But
to be honest, I'm okay with either decision.
Were you? Okay.
I would not. Yeah. Because, and by the way, was that a bad pass by Lawrence? Or is that a drop completion by the receiver?
Yeah.
I think it's on the wide receiver there. Game should have been over with. And they lost that one. They gave that one to the Bengals.
Yes. Blew the game.
Yep. And now the Bengals are sitting here at 2-0, and they've won 2 one-score games, and this is a team that very easily could be 0-2.
That's also big for contests. That's right.
Sure,
They're not supposed to win that game. They win and cover. Absolutely. And then all the slate, all the overs now corrected itself. 10-2 to the overs as we started the day on Sunday. A lot of high-scoring games with maybe the game of the year in Dallas.
Yeah. I'm going to say this. I can't prove it. It seems like it goes that way every single year. where it's either the first week or the first couple of weeks, either the unders or the overs come in, and then, oh, look at this, correction, it goes the exact opposite way, which is kind of predictable now at this point. But yeah, we wait all off season, Paulie, for this sport to come back. Well, and my God, does it deliver?
Yep. Well, we only hit on the major injuries from the quarterback position. I mean, there are a plethora of injuries around the league to other marquee players.
Sure.
I mean, Johnson's out indefinitely for the Bears. Oh, what a disaster. Give up a 50-burger. I mean, it's just getting worse for Chicago, and to offensive line issues all over the place and injuries. So it's a mass unit out there through the league so far. 2
offensive linemen for the Vikings in the concussion protocol. Aaron Jones with a hammy.
Yep.
Do they know how to use Jordan Mason near the goal line?
Right. Another
was
one.
that last night?
Yeah.
Don't know about that.
It was bad. Yep.
And, just that game overall, as a reminder here, because this question will come up every single time that a game's in this situation. If a game ends in a tie and you're on a team in that game to advance in Survivor, you're a loser.
Unacceptable again. How does this keep happening? This is 4 years in a row where someone's been in a position where the tie's going to happen. And not only do the tie doesn't happen, they win the game.
Yeah, I know.
The Giants have the ball with 2 minutes.
It's impossible.
You either tie or win. You cannot lose
Can't
there.
lose the game. You can't lose.
And they lost the game.
Yeah.
That's happened every year for 4 years in a row.
I didn't even look at
the team with the ball in 2 minutes loses the game.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's terrible.
I didn't even look at the win probability. It had to be 98%.
All right, we're rolling. VSiN Pro. Get the real-time splits, betting splits, DK and Circa. See where you're at, where all the action's at, and you pair that with the morning email from Bill 80, every best bet, every host, every guest, the nonstop live video, the proven betting systems from Mackinnon, all the tools, the prop analyzer. Start betting smarter today, $9.99. VSiN.com/subscribe.
Kicker props were fire yesterday. You better believe we're going back to the well again tonight.
If you're serious about football betting, VSiN's got your weekend game plan. Fridays at 7 p.m., it's the Circa Friday Football Invitational. Saturday morning, VSiN's college football tailgate show at 9 a.m., breaking down matchups, props, and big-time bets. Later that night, join the football contest show as the sharpest betting minds give you their picks for Sunday's game. And Sunday at 9 a.m., lock in with Mitch and Paulie on VSiN's Pro Football Tailgate Show. Your final stop before kickoff. Check out the full lineup at VSiN.com and join us on the Sports Betting Network.
So, Paulie, have you had a chance to read the VSiN Daily yet?
Yeah, came in at 3 a.m. What's Bill doing up that late?
Well, rumor has it, it starts off with a 12-hour meditation session.
Then he just pours himself over film and live TV, really focusing and taking it all in. Bill's in with the biggest insiders, talking trade secrets, strategies, the whole nine, absorbing the info.
And then and only then can the writing process begin.
In Las Vegas, Bill's late night becomes your early morning. Wake up to the very latest betting insights in your inbox with the VSiN Daily. Sign up for free at vsin.com/newsletter.
Responsible sports betting starts with a game plan. That means stick to a budget. Keep it social by playing with friends. Learn the game and know the odds. Play with trusted legal operators. And if you need help, reach out. If you're getting in on the action, visit haveagameplan.org to learn more.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
A couple of bets going back to last year that are absolutely worth looking at on a weekly basis. They got there again yesterday. Obviously, the Aubrey kick by 64 yards, so that cashed. Cowboys, they have the longest field goal in that game. That did not cash week one. He had a 53-yarder bank, but then Elliott made a 58-yarder.
And again yesterday.
I know.
What happened? This guy was terrible last year from 50 beyond.
They claim that he corrected the problems in the offseason.
Yep.
So take that for what it's worth.
Give me the number. Give me the number right now. If you have a bet against Aubrey in that situation, what would you feel? What's the distance where you would say, even Aubrey's missing this one?
If it's more than 75 yards.
I agree. If it's 70, he said today he feels good from 70 to 72, and Schottenheimer feels good from 70.
Paul, did you see?
This is ridiculous.
Okay, I have something on this, by the way, coming up a little bit later on. I have an idea that a production company like TV Football, right, one of the networks, steal it from me. Go ahead. You can maybe put my Twitter handle on the bottom of the screen when you show it. This has to take off. That thing hit the bottom of the net.
Yeah.
How far was that good from? Was that good from
Absolutely.
75 yesterday?
Yeah.
So
I know.
And then over 1.5 field goals with him again. Boswell.
Ice cream.
I mean, this is like Aubrey gets all the headlines.
Well, I know.
Boswell's insane.
He is, as Tomlin said, a serial killer. But the thing about Aubrey, and our guy Ian sent this in, everyone thinks Tucker was or is the best of all time, 89%. Aubrey's 90 from 50 plus.
I know.
He's the best of all time, and it's not close. Because you can just trot him out there and go conservative from 60 and bank it, because you know he's going to make it. You go back and look at all his misses in his career, a lot of them are blocked and not on him. So to do what he does and to come out there and nail the first time that's ever happened, too. He had the game winner at the gun, and then he tied the game at the gun in regulation. But he runs a 4-yard draw to set him up from 65. Call it good. Nothing but net.
Yeah, and Williams tripped early or fell down early.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing, pal? Oh, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
He's automatic. Like, put it this way. If you have a bet in pocket against the Cowboys and they're lining up for a field goal and the field goal covers the game and you lose your bet, you got to be telling yourself, oh, bleep, this is a 70-yarder. I'm screwed.
Yep.
Like, it has to be longer than 70 yards to think that I'm comfortable
He'll
here.
do it. Absolutely. You're right about Boswell, too, how he's money. Hitting from 50 plus on a rate. In a tough place to kick as well. Ask Myers. So it's wild what's going on.
Yeah, that hit doinked it right away.
Yeah.
He won't win it. I get it. But just for having some fun here, what number would you take on Aubrey to win the MVP?
Well, I looked today. They didn't even offer it.
I would imagine he's not.
He should be 2,001.
Would you take 10,001?
I would, yes.
You would.
If they go 9-8 and he has a bunch of game winners, he's like Randy Moss. He's the biggest weapon in football.
This is no joke. Again, there's no hyperbole here. He is one of the best weapons in the entire league.
Yeah.
Period. You can't even argue it.
No. We got guys missing extra points on a regular basis. You can trust this guy from 60 plus. No problem. It's a gimme.
This guy eliminates and erases all the negative stuff that people have ever had to say about kickers. Right? Kickers, we don't need them. Get this crap out of the game. They're not football players. Oh, yeah? How important is this guy to the team?
Yeah. No doubt. They should be 0-2. So right back tonight, right? You're right. The kicking props have been fire. Good stuff on the tailgate show yesterday. Catch it every Sunday, 9 to noon Eastern. It went 4-1 with the picks column as well. How many you want to do tonight? Start with Fairbairn and go from there?
Yeah, I'm on him already.
All right, he's on a 12-2 overrun, 1.5. Longest or just both teams 33-yarder?
I played him over 1.5 minus 130.
Okay, good price.
Because he's great at this, and also I think there's going to be an angle here, right? It's going to be tough for the Texans to run the ball tonight. I think this is going to have to be a game in which that their defense obviously is going to have to get the job done, and then C.J. Stroud's going to have to be big, I think, getting his receivers involved. I'll run that down for you coming up in a little bit. So I think that if they're going to score points tonight, to get in range of a field goal is what is going to happen probably multiple times, and I don't see them finishing off a ton of drives for touchdowns. Yep.
So, Fairbairn over. Both teams to make a 33-yard field goal, and if you want Houston longest made, you can do that too, although McLaughlin's got a big leg. In the late game, Dicker over. Both teams to make a 33-yarder, but no Chargers longest field goal because Carlson can bang it.
Yeah, so I only have one bet on that game, and that is what you just said. It's both teams have a 33-yarder.
You're right.
Carlson can make it from 60.
$1.30, $1.20?
$1.30, I believe, is what I bet. Did you find $1.20?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. That's good. That's good. Have you also noticed this? I'm old enough to remember when longest made field goal of the game was 48.5 yards. That was last year.
That's right.
We're at 52.5 now. And all these 52.5. You believe that? Because these guys come out and 58's not even a problem. Parker Romo, not a problem.
5 for 5 last night.
Yes.
I was watching the games yesterday. Humans was there, and he kept bringing up they have to make the goalpost.
Oh, we did this last year.
I know, but he's convinced of this now. He went on this rant like it's way too easy for these kickers now. We got to make it more difficult. JVT said make it a triangle. Got to make it to the triangle.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. But I'm definitely on those. Here's another one that I'm on, and I talked about this with and Charch had a very good breakdown, by the way, on Thursday with us talking about a reason why he liked Nick Chubb with the prop for him tonight. I'll expand on that. So if you think about this for a second, Bijan Robinson last night destroyed Minnesota's defense. He ran 22 times for 143 yards. The guy was awesome. What did he do in week 1 against Tampa? How about 12 for 24? It is so difficult to run on this team. Here's the example. In the playoff loss to Washington last year, Daniels, 13 for 36. Eckler, 8 for 27. Brian Robinson, 10 for 16. It's a stone wall right there. Week 18 for the Saints, Clyde Edwards-Helaire led the team, 8 for 26. I'll give you the leading rushers only. Week 17 for Carolina, Raheem Blackshear, 8 for 20. In a Week 16 loss to Dallas, Rico Dowdell had 13 for 23. Week 15 against the Chargers, Gus Edwards, 8 for 23. Week 14 against the Raiders, Sincere McCormick actually had 15 for 78. Total outlier. The week before that, Hubbard, 12 for 43. Tracy, 42 yards. McCaffrey, 13 for 39. You have to go back to week 9 of last year. Kareem Hunt, 27 for 106. I bet Chubb under 52.5 for this game tonight. I know he looked good last week running the ball, but this is an entirely different story. Well, the Rams are good defensively, but this rush defense for the Buccaneers is the real deal. Holyfield.
Yep. I was going the same way, too. I'm with you on that one. Also, Pete Hamill, our guy in Iowa, did the work. Mayfield is on a 15-4 run, longest rush over 9.5 yards. I trust his work. I like that. TMI Ozzy is on it as well. So Mayfield, longest rush over. I don't mind over 17.5 yards also.
Okay.
He led them in rushing yards in the win against Atlanta.
What about?
And I also think, your guy, Egbuka, if you want to do something with him, as they have he got going and went off in the first game. He should have 50 yards. That's not bad. And I know it's a point of emphasis. And they said, we got to do a better job, and we will get him the ball. And that's the Texans talking about Nico Collins and his lack of touches week 1.
Right.
So I think he can do something tonight, too.
Yeah, it doesn't work out in that favor every game. We saw that yesterday with A.J. Brown. Still couldn't get him the ball, really. It did work out with Jamar Chase, though, after a bad week 1. Boy, did he bounce back big time yesterday. So Nico 78.5 tonight. That is at DraftKings. 5.5 catches. Evans 66.5, 5.5 with the receptions. Egbuka 53.5, 4.5. Last week, Puka had 10 for 130 against the Texans. Their secondary on paper is absolutely outstanding.
Yeah.
So who's going to be like the big target tonight in this game? Do they try to eliminate Evans first and foremost? Do they have enough guys to spread it around to shut down both Evans and Egbuka?
Well, then I don't mind Sterling Shepard then. Baker's buddy. He can get to 20 yards.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't hate it.
Do that. Yep. And the other, I think there's a lot of people making the case that Dalton Schultz could eat tonight too. And that could happen and go off. So it's hard. It's a tough game with the side. And a 4-point move on to the total.
Right.
Based on what we watched last week and Houston's defense so good in the O-line issues.
You can always tweet the show at VSiN Live, at Mitch Moss Radio, at Paulie Howard. This is from Thomas. Note this game, fellas. October 26th, Cowboys at Broncos. Need a record field goal prop for that one.
Oh, yes.
It's going to be wild at that place.
Yeah.
Longest field goal of the game. I want to bet it over. I'll bet over 52.5 right now.
Yeah. The other thing, too, here, and I know you sent this in, was they brought this up to D'Amico Ryans, and he said it's when he came of age and he grew up. It's the last time these teams played. Stroud lit up Tampa Bay.
That's right. 5 touchdowns.
Yeah. 400-plus yards. Nico Collins had a huge game. And he didn't have, I think they had like 50 seconds left, and he went the length of the field to win the game.
Yep.
So that's something here for both teams to go back where that stung Tampa Bay. He embarrassed them defensively, And that's when the MVP talk really got going, as Stroud was so good in that game.
Private Plane Wayne on X.
Massive win.
Why does the NFL not embrace the physics of kicking like the PGA and MLB does? We should know exit velocity, launch angle, and would have been good from this many yards on every kick. I'm going to expand on that. He's exactly right. He's spot on with that. There is something here that they can provide NFL fans and viewers.
Yep.
That I think they're really missing the boat on.
Good job. Totally agree.
Nick Whalen's going to join the program coming up next. We will get his player props for tonight. Maybe some numbers that stick out for Week 3. Reaction to what we saw yesterday in the National Football League. Coming up on Follow the Money. It's VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
There's no better time to join VSiN Pro. Right now, get started for just $9.99 for your first 30 days or save 50% off with an annual subscription. As a Pro user, you'll get our newly updated NFL betting guide, as well as the college football betting guide, the ultimate playbook packed with expert picks, team previews, and best bets. Plus, you'll unlock exclusive features like real-time betting splits, daily best bets, and full access to the VSiN Watch app. Don't miss out. Head to VSiN.com/subscribe and join us on the Sports Betting Network. Get your edge this season with VSiN's College Football Betting Guide, exclusive to VSiN Pro subscribers. It's packed with 136 team previews, preseason top 25 rankings, and best bets from our experts. Pro subscribers also get the NFL Betting Guide, daily best bet emails, exclusive splits, and full access to our premium betting tools. Sign up now at VSiN.com/subscribe for just $9.99 for your first 30 days. Or save 50% with an annual Pro subscription and join us on the Sports Betting Network.
This is VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
is Follow the Money on VSiN.
More on player props for tonight's Monday night doubleheader as we head out to the Progressive guest line. Nick Whalen joins the program now. He is with RotoWire. You follow him on X at WHA, the number 1EN. Nick, good afternoon. Thanks for the time today. How you doing?
Doing well, guys. Doing well. Appreciate you having me back, and looking forward to diving in on this doubleheader.
Same here. Okay, so Emeka Egbuka had a great rookie debut in Week 1, scoring those 2 touchdowns, including the game winner. Now he gets, we were just talking about this in the previous segment, like Puka Nacua went crazy against this, what I think is a really good Texan secondary tonight. Like, so what's the overall breakdown here? Are they going to shut down Evans? Is Egbuka the guy that you want to go to? How do you analyze this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a big question. And, I don't know that you can feasibly shut down both of those guys. And obviously when they get Chris Godwin back in the mix in the next few weeks, that's going to become even more complicated. I mean, I have a lot of respect for the Houston defense. I thought it fared well for the most part last week. It's a really good pass rush. But like you said, Puka Nacua put up a really nice week despite, being in and out of that game a couple of times in Week 1. We still saw Devontae Adams get his numbers as well. So I don't think you look at this as just a total stay away, a total shutdown for those two Bucs wide receivers. And look, guys, I know we're one game into his NFL career, but no rookie to me has looked the part more than Emeka Egbuka so far. And we, of course, saw that in Week 1, 2 huge touchdown catches, including the one that ended up being the game winner against what may actually be a pretty decent Falcons defense. I think that's one of the takeaways from last night. Obviously, terrible quarterback play for the Minnesota Vikings, but the pressure rate, the 6 sacks out of Atlanta, I think we looked at Week 1 between the Falcons and the Buccaneers as, this potential points fest, but it turned out that Atlanta's defense might actually be pretty viable. So you look at the targets for Egbuka in Week 1, only 6, did catch all 6 of those, which is fantastic. You'd like to see that number rise a little bit. I think it does. I think taking away the deep ball to Mike Evans is priority number 1 if you are Derek Stingley in that Houston secondary. So one way that I'm attacking this, instead of looking at the receiving yardage prop for Emeka Egbuka, you can get him at 4-1 right now at DraftKings to lead this game in receiving. Far from a lock, of course. You have 2 other viable candidates in Mike Evans and Nico Collins on the other side, but 4-1 was enough value to me that I was intrigued.
Okay, how about another prop in this game? And we just talked about this. Great email here, ftm@vsin.com from Pete. He broke down Baker Mayfield. He's gone over 9.5 in his longest rush prop, 15 out of the last 19 games, and he's 9 for 9 over 9.5 in the last 9 on the road.
Yeah.
On top of that, we kicked that around. We kicked around rushing yards for the game. You have another bet that you like for Baker tonight.
Yeah, that's a really good stat. I might have to look into that. But yeah, I like the over 3.5 rush attempts for Baker Mayfield. Some of those can be designed every now and then, but more often than not, it's Baker being chased around, off script, things of that nature that have worked out well for him and this offense dating back to last season. And look, the Buccaneers are still without Tristan Wirfs. I think that absolutely matters going up against a really, really good Houston defensive line that has 2 excellent pass rushers. You look at Week 1, Matthew Stafford had the second shortest time to throw of any quarterback going up against that Houston defense. So I think we see pressure on Baker Mayfield. I think he's going to have to make plays with his legs, whether they're designed or not. I like the yardage. I like the longest rush over 9.5, like the over 3.5 as well, because I think Tampa Bay is going to be forced into some unscripted situations.
It's good to have you on the team. Welcome aboard. There's plenty of room here with the kicking props. And Fairbairn over 1.5 is on a 12-2 run. That's $1.50. Dicker's $1.50. You want to go Carlson? Even money. Tell us why.
I'm going Carlson, boys. Plus 101. Getting this as slight money or plus money territory. I thought was a pretty decent value. 2+ field goals made for him tonight. This is a guy who averaged over 2 makes per game last season, and we're still early on in the Geno Smith era of Las Vegas Raiders football, but he's the best quarterback they've had in a very long time. He's the most capable quarterback driving the ball down the field. We saw that right away in Week 1. Like, really, nobody was more aggressive than Geno Smith trying to push the ball. The problem is the Raiders running game looked terrible in Week 1. They only reached the red zone on 1 of their drives. So I don't know that we actually trust the Raiders to turn these big plays and these long drives into touchdowns. I think we see plenty of Dan Carlson tonight. 3 attempts for him against New England in Week 1. Did make 2 of those. And again, solid value here at plus 101. And I think pretty highly of this Chargers defense, right? I mean, maybe the Kansas City Chiefs offense is just going to be stuck in the mud all year like it was a season ago. But I thought that was a really, really impressive performance in Sao Paulo last week. And I do think that carries over. So I know the total is elevated a little bit. I do think the Raiders move the ball, I just don't really trust this team in the red zone. So I think we see some opportunities tonight for Carlson.
Okay. Carroll said Genty was too amped up, too hyped up for the debut against the Patriots. Didn't have a good game on the ground. What do you want to do with Genty props?
Yeah, this is one where I'm looking at the receiving number for Ashton Genty. Over 2.5 receptions for Genty tonight. I mentioned Matthew Stafford, second shortest time to throw of any quarterback in week one. The shortest time to throw was Patrick Mahomes going up against that Chargers defense in Brazil. So I think the Chargers do carry that over. I'm not sure I'm ready to trust this Raiders offensive line. Really hard to know what to take away from that Patriots game. I think New England certainly looks like they're going to be more of a work in progress, perhaps, than we expected, especially on defense. So I think the Chargers defensive line can get after Geno Smith. I think we see some dump offs, some quick checkdowns. Geno was top 5 in the NFL in terms of checkdown percentage last season. Didn't necessarily see that a whole lot in week one. He wasn't under a ton of pressure against New England, but I think that changes tonight. And, Chargers run defense was also excellent against Kansas City. And again, the Chiefs couldn't run the ball on Philly yesterday, but at the same time, Ashton Genty had 19 carries, 38 yards in week one. I think they're going to need to find ways to be a little bit more creative getting the ball in his hands in space.
Follow the money here on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. Our guest, Nick Whalen, he is with RotoWire, and he is on the Progressive Guest Line. Okay, so you mentioned the Chiefs there a couple of times. You were on Philadelphia yesterday. They didn't do much offensively, but it was good enough for the win, good enough for the cover, and that's what matters most here anyway. I kind of want to bet the Chiefs to miss the playoffs, but I kind of want to wait until after Sunday because I think they beat the Giants, but I'm not sure.
Think?
What do you make? What do you think of that? Are the Chiefs even going to make the playoffs this year?
I would still be pretty shocked if they don't make the playoffs. I still think the division honestly is on the table, and that's something I would look at. I think you can get it at close to 3-1 right now. Kansas City to win the AFC West. I mean, it's not like Denver has come out of the gates, looking like the team that we necessarily expected that they would. We'll see on the Chargers. One very impressive win. They have the head-to-head already over Kansas City, but still a losable game tonight, and not sure I trust that team long term. So I don't think the sky is completely falling for Kansas City. At the same time, I have some real concerns about that offense. I thought the defense actually played a hell of a game yesterday relative to what we saw in week one. But I don't see what changes, at least until Rashee Rice is back and Xavier Worthy is back at 100%, which I'm not sure when that is going to be. Because, we always mention Kansas City in the same breath as Buffalo, as Baltimore, as Philly. Maybe Green Bay is in that conversation as well. And rightfully so. When you're in the Super Bowl every year, you're going to be in that conversation. Personnel-wise, I just don't see it. Again, until Rashee Rice is back. I mean, this is a average to below average group of skill players. You have absolutely nothing in the running game, no explosion there. Travis Kelce, clearly not the guy that he was even 2 or 3 years ago. And you got a receiver room full of nobodies until Rashee Rice is back from his suspension. So I think Kansas City, at least for the next 4 games, is going to look a lot like it has so far. I don't think there's a lot of big play potential there. Mahomes is still a little bit skittish, throwing the ball downfield. I do think Rice is that good that he will change things. We saw a completely different version of the Chiefs when he was on the field for that game and a half early last season, but it's going to be very, very dicey with some tough games coming up before Rice returns.
Totally agree. Nick, about 2 minutes left here. Another good result for you yesterday, the Lions. Boy, that was impressive. What was your takeaway? Biggest takeaway from that game on either the Lions side or the Bears side?
Yeah, that was one that I loved the Lions side, and it was an equal part a Bears fade because I just could not believe how inept Chicago looked in that loss to Minnesota. It was just same old Bears in a lot of ways. And I thought we would see more of an immediate Ben Johnson difference in terms of Caleb Williams' play, in terms of just overall competency, decision-making, and they just look like the 2024 Bears. Meanwhile, I think one way to look at this with what Detroit was able to do, piling up 52 points, felt like they could have scored 65 if they wanted to. I actually thought they left some points on the board in the first half. I think this goes as a mark in favor of the Green Bay Packers defense, maybe more than anything else, because Detroit looked like last year's version of the Detroit Lions going up against Chicago and was getting nothing against Green Bay. Held the Lions to their lowest yards per play game since 2021, turned around, basically did the same thing to the Commanders on Thursday night. So I think you feel even better about Green Bay's week one performance in retrospect. I think Detroit is back on track. I know the schedule is really, really difficult relative to last season, but to me, this is far and away the second best team in the NFC North.
Very good. Again, you can follow Nick on X. He's at WHA, the number 1 EN with RotoWire. Joins us every single Monday at this time here on Follow the Money. It's VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. Nick, thank you. Best of luck tonight.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Back at you. Great breakdown there.
Excellent.
So he likes Mayfield over the rushing attempts. Mm-hmm. Pete Hamill in Iowa likes him with the over rushing longest yard.
TMI Ozzy says anytime touchdown.
Anytime touchdown, and it's as low as 16.5 for yards for the game overall.
Yeah.
Same game parlay tonight?
Sounds good. Our betting splits cut through the noise, pulling real-time data straight from Circa and DraftKings. Track the percentage of bets on handle on every game across every major sport so you can make sharper, more informed bets. Start your edge today, $9.99. VSiN.com/subscribe. Get it now. Jump on $9.99. VSiN.com/subscribe.
Mondays are always great for many reasons, one of which is Paulie's baby, which is win some, lose some. You're going to get it next on Follow the Money. It's VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
As sports fans, we may cheer for different teams, but there's one thing that we can all agree on. We want the game to be big. And with 3 levels, 30 cabanas, a 143-foot screen, 6 clean pools, and endless cold drinks, it doesn't get any bigger or any better than Stadium Swim in Las Vegas. All sports, all seasons. It's more than a pool deck. Stadium Swim is the only thing like it in the world.
Check out Stormy and JBT on Money Moves, only on VSiN.
And maybe that's why they wouldn't, because they're the Giants and they don't do things that make sense.
Out of all these divisions, this is the one that I am the most curious about because I do think there are positive signs for the Bears.
They'll take you on a fun, fast-paced journey, weaving in everything you need to know to make an educated bet, while also not shying away from the excitement of a same-game parlay sweat. Money Moves, weekdays at 2 p.m. Eastern on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Some, Lose Some is sponsored by the Sharp Plays.
Were you a winner last night?
Wow, winning.
Or was it a rough one?
Well, they can't all be winners, can they?
Loser! You're a loser! Paulie Howard recaps the night in sports betting in Win Some, Lose Some.
Highest scoring team, Lions 10-1. Lowest scoring team, Vikings 30-1. Highest scoring game, Dallas Giants 10-1. Lowest scoring game, Minnesota Atlanta 12-1.
You know what no touchdown was in the game?
That would have been a big one.
I know what the number was here at Circa.
100?
190-1.
Get out! It was?
They took 3 bets on it.
Oh!
And the Falcons scored like that.
Yep. The last draw, Algier was like 20-1 first touchdown.
There's actually a way to hedge that too during the game. You could just are they going to score a touchdown?
They gave it up on purpose.
Yeah, right. I could go over, whatever.
Tough.
Yep.
Did they say what the biggest bet was?
I never saw that.
Oh, that's great. Most passing yards, Russell Wilson 18-1. Most rushing, Taylor 8-1.
Boy, does he look good.
He does. Most receiving, Neighbors 15-1.
As does he.
Finally. Where was that in week 1? Scatterboo! Good. They look like a competent outfit this time around. Helps you play in Dallas. Will a quarterback throw for 5 touchdowns? Yes, plus 260. Will a team score 50 points? Yes, 5-1. Over started 10-2. College, Delaware, plus 250 beat UConn. Stanford, if you went to bed, plus 450. Shocked BC. Old Dominion 2-1. Routed Va Tech. West Virginia plus 220. Backyard brawl. A&M plus 220. What a game against Notre Dame. What a finish. Middle Tennessee plus 280. Sacred Heart 4-1. Stonehill 13-1. 21-point dog.
Wow.
New Haven plus 750. Another coach fired. Friday night. New Mexico. Getting 15.5. Won by 30? Or what did they win by?
25,
20? Yeah.
35-10, I think. Yeah.
5-1 on the money line. Boxing, Crawford, decision plus 240. Good call from Raheem. Piece of cake, unanimous. UFC, Aguilar, decision 5-1. Garcia, knockout 6-1 to win in round 3, 16-1. Lopez, knockout 7-1 to win in round 2, 15-1. Hernandez, round 2, 9-1. Las Vegas Aces, 17 wins in a row. Pounded Seattle, game 1 of the playoffs last night, and the Meat Man delivered. Went 5-0 with his picks. Subscribe, be part of the team, VSiN.com, our radio and podcast friends. You always want to see these tweets and videos. At Paulie Does Vegas on Instagram. Send them in, we'll put you on. Number 1, forgot to do this Thursday. Shout out to a listener. If you ever come down, say hello. Don't come all the way down here and then we miss you or something. Got to say hello. It was great to meet Mike and Deb from Florida. Mike was a cop, long time in NYPD. There he is in front of the wreckage on 9/11. Hell of a guy, and he's the guy. If you don't want to talk to your neighbor, phone up to the ear. Make sure the ringer's off, though. It's a class act, and there's a powerful picture right there. And we back the blue. Great job, Mike. You're a class act. And how about this? You saw this on social media. This is 2 minutes after the show on Friday.
Are you going to post this, huh? Okay.
Okay, but this I get a phone call. Call me. I think you said it's an emergency, or call me right away. I go, what happened? It said you said it finally happened. I knew what you were talking about. You got Delta Royale with cheese on 10 play.
10 play.
Take it away.
Well, I mean, we're leaving. I saw Humans. He's coming in to do the Friday Football Invitational. I think you had bailed. I was right behind you pretty much. I'm going upstairs across the bridge to go to the car, and I'm like, let me go sit down in my machine for a couple of minutes, see what happens.
The same one you hit for 20,000?
Oh, I have had a romance, a juicy romance with this machine now since February. It's been hot and heavy.
Yeah.
I think it's time to call it quits now after this. I went back. I'm playing for, I'm not joking, 90 seconds. The picture on my phone says 4:02 p.m.
You're only a couple hands in.
I'm dealt on 10 play, a royal flush, playing 25 cents. I only had one multiplier on the board, but that was 8 times. Here's the kicker to the story. I'm shaking. I'm like, oh my God, because it started, it's coming across, and it's like Jack Ace, and like, wait, and then the machine locks up. Goes like this, and I'm like, what?
Got dealt, yeah.
And I'm like, out loud, the words are coming out of my mouth. I don't even know I'm saying it. You got to be bleeping kidding me. Over and over and over again. I'm like shaking because of this. The slot attendant comes over. I'm doing the math in my head. I'm like, how much is this going to pay? She goes, oh, very nice hit. Let's see what it pays. Hits the button. automatically goes at 17,000. I couldn't enjoy the moment.
Oh, wow.
He took that moment away from me.
Yeah. Well, no multiplier's 10.
Oh, no,
So
I know that, but I wanted the credits to... I like that. I enjoy that, yeah.
I hate that. Really?
Oh, I love it, yes.
I hate when people do that. You like to see you go, okay. But you don't know where you're going to win.
Plus, again, like, I'm staggered here.
Sure.
I'm almost falling off my chair.
Yeah. Damn right. It's a once in a lifetime.
Oh, that's the thing. Like, why you play that machine again, right?
Yeah, 650,000 hands, whatever. So I like when something like this happens, and then people congratulate you, and they also say, I'm part of that club. Or it also happened to me, right? Look at this guy. Is this, this is Todd. Todd got it on $1. 60 grand?
64 grand, I believe.
He got it dealt on $1, and there's multipliers all over the joint.
Yeah, including on the right side of the screen there's a 3 times, there's a 2 times, a couple of other 2 times. Oh.
Incredible, right? Excellent. And then T-Bone. T-Bone, friend of Randy McKay, advantage player. He was playing the other day and was betting $5 and held 1, and then he got 4 of them. He held the King of Diamonds, and he got the Royal for $20,000.
T-Bone told me, he responded to my tweet, and he said, congratulations. I think he said welcome. Did he say welcome to the club? Maybe it's the other guy. But he did the math. He knows the math. It's 1 in more than 640,000 hands to get dealt a Royal.
Uh-huh. Excellent. And then this is from another listener sent this in. Number 2?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
He was here for a Toyota show.
Was he at the airport?
At the airport.
He was at the airport. He hit for $24,000 at the airport.
Yep, leaving Las Vegas. There you go. Not exactly Nick Cage style.
I know. What a run. Send them in. Send in your biggest hits. We'll put you on. At Paulie Does Vegas on Instagram or tweet. Lose some, Pitt 4.5 up to 7.5, lost the game. Arkansas Ole Miss under 63.5 down to 60, no good. Bad for the books. Arkansas from 8 down to 3.5. North Texas 4.5 up to 7, pounded Washington State. Ohio 34.5 down to 28. Tennessee from 6 down to 3. Georgia Tech from 6 down to 2.5. Northwestern 28 down to 24.5. Old Dominion 8.5 to 5.5 outright. Kentucky over 45.5 to 49.5. LSU Florida under 51.5 down to 47.5, no problem. And some bad beats. How about the Cardinals? They almost lost that game. That's vicious. 4th and 16, penalties, onside kick. Oh.
I have a note on that game that'll blow your mind coming up in the next hour.
Penn State, bad beat. Villanova scores on the last play of the game. And Saturday in Major League Baseball, the Cardinals led the Brewers 7-4 in the 9th and blew it. And the O's led the Jays 4-2 in the 9th and blew it. It's ridiculous, these bullpens.
Mm-hmm.
Before the line moves, Jeff and the sharp play's already there. They don't just follow the market, they help move it. You're not going to out-muscle billion-dollar books or full-time sharps on your own. With the sharp plays, you don't have to. Powered by advanced AI and plugged into trusted insider sources. Sharp Plays delivers the edge serious bettors use every day. Free reports, alerts, market-moving insights sent straight to your inbox or X feed. They've been at it since 2011. Documented results, public logs, transparent receipts. Trusted by pros, watched by the books. SharpPlays.com. Stay ahead of the line.
Okay, you know what? I'm not going to make you wait till next hour. I'll give it to you right now. This is from our buddy David Purdom. He talked about a rare beat on X. Since week 14 of 2022, teams, Paul, think about this for a second. Teams that trailed by 24 points or more were 0 and 111 against the spread. Forget winning. The Panthers obviously took down that streak yesterday. They trailed 27-3 third quarter. And they came back and had the ball to go down and win the game, by the way.
Yep.
I mean, so that's another example.
Sorry, Torbert was a disgrace. Some of those calls against Arizona were ridiculous.
Absolutely brutal.
Yep.
I can't believe the roughing the passer. Get out of here with that.
Body weight again. Yep.
Oh yeah, but
Terrible.
it was like back to back penalties on the Cardinals. Like they're going to give this game away.
Yep, game was over.
And Arizona was the number 1 selection in Circa Survivor, more than 5,000 people. So think about that. That game and the Cowboys game.
Oh,
that would take out. That was going to take out 8,500 people.
Yep.
More than that.
Mm-hmm. Cowboys should have lost or at least tie.
A tie will do the trick.
I can't believe what the Giants did there. They just gave it to Ferguson. What play do you think they're going to run? Do you know who the kicker is for Dallas?
Yeah.
They gave Ferguson the easy 15-yard completion to get to midfield. That was stupid.
Gave it to him.
And then Wilson throws it up for grabs. It's so dumb.
But how about this? When the Cowboys took the lead, they were like lazy on the kickoff. Oh, here you go. Have the ball at the 35-yard line. They had 3 timeouts left. Gano's got a cannon for a leg.
Oh, I don't recall that.
But they're up by 3. Here you go. Just take it to the 35. No problem. Like one play, you're going to be in field goal range. Come on. 2 plays, you're in field goal range. With 3 timeouts? Up next, we'll start to dive into Week 3 numbers. Plenty of looks for Survivor this week, including a blowout looming on Thursday night. It's Follow the Money on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.